Hello, good morning, students. So, today we are taking a topic of variable covalency. So, why some of the elements show more than two kind of valencies. So, first is the definition. The number of valence electrons which an atom can share with electrons of other atoms to form covalent bonds is called its covalency, or the number of covalent bonds made by an atom of the element with other atoms are also called its covalency. So we will try to understand the concept of variable covalency with some of the example. So for this we are taking first is carbon, and especially from p block elements. So in carbon atomic number is 6 and its ground state electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz0. So you can take the configuration of balance shell only, so you can ignore this configuration. Okay, so if you want to try to understand the concept of variable covalency, so you have to write both type of electronic configuration. First is this type and second is in orbital form. So I am writing 1s2, 2s2 and 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz0. So in first excited state means when paired electron will excite into next vacant d orbital or p orbital. If the vacant orbital is available in p, then excitation will take place in p, and if the already electron is present here, that excitation will take place in the next available d vacant d orbital. So you can check here the unpaired electrons are 2, so its covalency may be 2, that means sharing of 2 electrons, unpaired electrons. So after first excitation, so its unpaired electron becomes 4. So carbon has two kind of valencies, 2 and 4. Most common is 4. So number of unpaired electrons in the excited state are 4. Maximum covalency of carbon equal to 4, and example with covalency 4 is CH4. Okay. Next is phosphorus from p block elements. So phosphorus has atomic number 15. So you have no need to write the whole configuration. So write up to only the valence shell electronic configuration. So this is the valence shell electronic configuration. So now you can check the p subshell contains 3 unpaired electrons. So there is no available vacant d orbital. So that electron will excite in the next vacant d orbital if is available. So excited state, after first excited state, that becomes with the 5 unpaired electrons. First is 3, so its covalency with 3, this compound exists, example, and with covalency 5, that exists PCl5. Now one more concept I want to tell you. The covalency may be plus 3 and minus 3, that depend the element or balance electrons, unpaired electrons are sharing with which element. If it is sharing with more electron active element, then acquires positive, and if it share the electrons of more electropositive or less electron active, that acquires the negative. Okay, so that can be plus 3 and minus 3. So in this case chlorine is more electron active, so phosphorus show plus 3 valency means covalency, and in this case plus 5. So its maximum covalency will be plus 5 and lower will be plus 3. So after this example we have next example of sulfur. So you can check in sulfur how many excitation will take place. First excitation, that makes the 4 unpaired electrons, then next, then 6 electrons. So after 2 excitation maximum covalency will be 6, and again plus 6 or minus 6 depend. So element is sharing the electrons with which kind of element, more electron active, less electron active, positive or more electropositive. Okay, so its maximum covalence is +7. So these are the example in which the chlorine show the different kind of valency: 1, 3, 5 and 7. So after this we can conclude that when an element exhibits more than one covalency, then it is said to possess variable covalency. Thus P, phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine show variable covalency. Okay, so now next I want to tell you with the concept. This is P block, and in P block you can take the concept of orbital electronic configuration as well as simple electronic configuration. So this is the balanced shell electronic configuration of boron, aluminium, gallium, all P block elements except noble gas elements. So first is we are taking the boron. So you can check there is no next vacant d orbital is available, but here is already the vacant p orbital is available. Here is p orbital is available. There is no vacant d orbital next orbital, so its excitation will stop. Its excitation will stop and its excitation will stop. So excitation will take place in this case boron. So where the excitation will take place, the excitation of these electrons to this, and maximum covalency will increase with unpaired electrons 3. So next in this case excitation is possible, so its higher covalency is 4, 2 and 4. Its covalency is only 3. Okay, that may be plus or minus, and in this case only covalency is +2 or -2. In this case its covalency depend upon the unpaired electrons, and its unpaired electrons are 1. Okay, that can share only one electron to complete its octet. So covalencies depend upon excitation. Now you can check the second element in the group. In this case the 2 electrons are available, so 2 electrons, 1 electron, 1 electron, 1 electron. So how much excitation, sorry, 0 electron and 0 electron, so that can show the excitation to p. Okay, if other excitation is possible and vacant d orbital is available, that can excite to next d orbital. So excitation is possible to depend, that can excite in this. Okay, no need of vacant d orbital, but in this case need of vacant d orbital because already these subshell are unpaired. So this excitation will take place in next vacant d orbital. So again these 2 electrons, okay, and these are available, so first excitation and then next excitation. So its maximum covalency will be 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and here the covalency unpaired electrons are 1, and that excitation, first excitation, second excitation and third excitation. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So its higher maximum covalency is 7. But I want to tell you the maximum covalency is also affected by one effect that we say lone pair effect. So lone pair effect, what is the lone pair effect? So like in this case we are taking 2 electrons, so excitation will stop. Okay, so why the excitation will stop? Because these electrons are firmly held with the nucleus. Why? It is strongly held with the nucleus, and that pair of electron becomes inert because intervening of 10 electrons. That has poor shielding effect, but that increases the nuclear charge. So due to increasing nuclear charge, that electron pair do not excite in the next vacant d orbital. So we can say down the group after the second element inert pair effect will increase, and that inert pair effect, near inert pair effect especially retard, or we can say restrict the excitation of specially s2 electrons. Okay, so if the covalency is increasing by excitation of s2 electrons, that will stop. So we can say down the group its covalency with the lower oxidation state is more stable, and above the group the elements with the higher covalency, especially from the second element, okay, that is exists with the maximum covalency. So aluminum with plus 3 is more stable, and this element last one is thallium is with plus 1 is more stable. So again I am telling you, down the group the covalency without excitation of two electrons of S, that is maximum, and higher covalency in second element due to excitation is possible, okay, and that is maximum with the stability. So we can take the same case phosphorus, its higher covalency will be 3, 1 and 5, okay. So its higher covalency is 5 in case of phosphorus, but down the group like the bismuth show its covalency by only unpaired 3 electrons, so its higher covalency is plus 3. So we can see bismuth with the plus 3 or minus 3 are the most stable compounds as compared to plus 5, and phosphorus with covalency 5 is most stable compounds as compared to with the lower one oxidation state or covalency, that is 3. So this is all the concept about the variable covalency, and why the elements show. So you have to need to write such kind of electronic configuration and see two factors. One is vacant d orbital is available, or the vacant orbital of p is already available, and second is excitation down the group will affect by the inert pair effect, that is due to intervening d10 electrons, intervening d10 and f14 electrons, okay. So that makes the electron of s electrons pair totally inert, and these electrons do not excite and do not involve in the unpairing or covalency. So down the group covalency without the paired electrons of s2, that is maximum, and that from the second the covalency will with high excitation will possible, okay. So this is all about the variable covalency. So revise this concept, okay, and try to make the configuration, electronic configuration like this, okay, and try to understand, okay. If any problem regarding the variable covalency, you can put one message in WhatsApp group and I will try to solve this problem, okay. So have a nice day. Thanks very much.